Lake Rotomahana and the Pink and White Terraces are part and parcel of what is known as the Okitaina volcanic complex, and there's been a number of eruptions through time associated with this particular volcano. So one of those eruptions was the great eruption of 1886, which caused the demise of the Pink and White Terraces and the rift through Mount Tarawera. So that's part and parcel of this very large volcano. Part of that eruption, or part of the magma if you like, came up underneath what was the pre-existing lake at the time, which was about 1/5 the size of the lake today. And one of the consequences of the eruption, with all this tremendous debris that was blown up into the atmosphere and plastered on the hills surrounding the lake, was that the natural outflow of this lake through to Lake Tarawera got blocked. So the lake is about 125 meters in depth at its deepest point that we know, which is at least 110 meters above its old lake level. So we're going to employ with our American colleagues what are known as AUVs, or autonomous underwater vehicles. And these are like missiles. They look like torpedoes. We can program them with a computer, so they will fly through the lake water just off the lake floor. They will measure what the topography down there or the bathymetry looks like. They will detect where the hot water is coming out, so we will get a very, very accurate map. To my knowledge, this will represent one of, if not the most detailed survey of a lake floor with a geothermal system in the bottom of it anywhere in the world. So we've been able to marry here together science with technology, and also what's really important for New Zealanders is that this has a strong cultural aspect, because there were a number of people who got killed during that eruption, and the local iwi would really like to know what really did happen at those very instants of the eruption where all their people were living. And we know when the eruption occurred, and we know when the lake flooded the Pink and White Terraces, and so this is the first time in modern history that we know of where we can document that exactly with timelines. Then we can see what happens in the transition between a so-called subaerial to a submarine system. And then when we see what's happening now, we might be able to go back to the geologic record and see if we can recognize these sorts of hydrothermal systems in the rocks.